About a year and a half ago, I put together a little video chat. I was talking about the Woolwich beheading in England, and in that I wasn't so much concentrating on the Somalis that were beheading a man right in the middle of a public street. It was everybody else in the street that I had, a massive problem with. People just standing around, not doing anything, maybe taking pictures with their cell phones about the biggest action that they could take, and they waited a half hour for police to arrive. And in that, I mentioned that if things were to happen in Oklahoma, that the outcome would be very different. And now that this actually has happened in Oklahoma, in one way, the outcome is exactly the same. We still have one tragically dead person, but we did have a very different outcome. This person obviously wanted to go on and do more damage and was prevented from doing so by one morally courageous armed individual, and he stopped the second attempted murder, and no doubt this person would have gone on to try to hurt more people if he could have. But yeah, thank you, Mark Vaughan. The guy really is a hero. He did a fantastic job of quickly getting into that situation and making it stop. And there are a few different points that we should all take away from this. The first is that individual action is imperative. The fact that this one guy was able to go in and put a stop to this, I think, is a lesson to all of us. That just, what seems like maybe a trivial effort compared to a SWAT team or something makes all the difference in the world. Second, that in a big part, it's because we're armed that we can do these sorts of things. There have been plenty of cases, like the young gentleman in Scotland that was able to stop one of the terrorist attacks on the airport there, and he didn't have anything to bring to bear but his feet and hands, and he did a great job. But it is awfully nice to have that equalizer, and part of what makes Oklahoma so great is that we're free if we want. Us good citizens, we can arm ourselves and we can be prepared in the case of extreme incidents like this to do something. And the third thing that I'd like for you to take a look at, if you go through and check out some of the media coverage of this event, especially the stuff revolving around Mark Vaughan, who was the COO of the company, and he brought his own concealed carry weapon to bear in this case. One of the first articles that I found, I was trying to look up Mark Vaughan in particular. I wanted to find out more about his actions during this event, and ABC News had an article that really did its best to downplay the fact that he was an armed citizen at the time, and he was able to stop the incident in that manner. They made very sure to pretty much only talk about his law enforcement, his training, and the fact that he was an off-duty police officer. But I think that this is kind of fitting their narrative. They're trying to make it clear that it's not citizens that stop these things, that it's law enforcement that does. But in this case, he was Mark Vaughan, COO of Vaughan Foods. He was a citizen that day, and because of the freedoms in our state that allow us to carry weapons openly and concealed, he was able to make a difference that day.